Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky versus Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 511.
Sexiest podcast on the network, Brian.
Yep.
511. That's familiar to me for some reason. That number is familiar to me.
Is it?
This means something. This is like Close Encounters. It means something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now I got to Google it.
511? I don't know. I mean,
Oh, it's a tactical clothing brand.
oh, okay.
I heard them advertised on a podcast once. That's what it is.
Okay, I was like, oh, I've never, 311, yes, 411, yes, but not 511. All right.
I don't even know what that means in the real world.
Who knows? Tactical
Right,
clothing
I was
brand.
very
They got like tactical socks and underwear and
Oh. 5.11 comes from the highest rock climbing difficulty level that was listed in the Yosemite Decimal System.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know a Yosemite Decimal System was a thing.
Yeah, it's the rootinest, tootinest. No, I'm sorry.
I mean, Dewey, yes, familiar with the Dewey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a DUI.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Praise Odin, no.
no. All right. Yeah. Should you be familiar with it? Yeah, probably a couple of times.
Yeah, when I was young and dumb, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Young and super dumb.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, how's it going, man?
Yeah. It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
Is that a good thing?
sure.
I mean, it seems good.
It's weird, I talked about my sleep issues last week, and they've not been much better since. I had the one day, I think I told you, like I crashed at like 6 p.m. or something like that, or 5 p.m. and was done until the next morning, like 5 or 6. And, woke up pretty strong that day. I was like, all right, but then that same day, by like 5 o'clock, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so tired, so, and it seems like no matter how much sleep I get, I'm not getting real refreshed most of the time, and, or how little sleep I get. Like the other day I slept for, like a total of about 7 hours, and I was like, all right, well, that should be enough sleep. I got up and was just dragging ass all day. It's
right.
So I think the next time I go to my doctor, I'm going to talk to him about it because I assume they check, different numbers and stuff when, I have blood work done, like thyroid and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I just have just been exhausted.
That's no good.
Yeah. And the only other thing I can think of would be, and I don't even know if this is a thing, but it's like, it started when I got my second vaccine.
Oh.
So I don't know if there's any chance of like long, like a few weeks or something. I have no idea, but because it's only been this weekend will be 2 weeks, I believe, since I got it.
Right.
So I don't know if maybe there's a long-term kind of lethargy or something that's a potential side effect. So, maybe that's it. I don't know. But no bueno, I'll tell you that.
Right.
So, yeah, But, so what I've basically just been doing is, if my body's telling me I'm tired, just go to sleep.
You just crash out, huh?
Yeah, because it's like, well, if I can sleep, I'm going to take it,
I mean, I don't blame you.
But it sucks because it's wrecking my days. Like, I'm getting nothing done because I got no energy. Even when I'm awake, right. I'm getting very little done because I just don't feel like doing anything. So, yeah, it's pretty sucky, I'll tell you that.
One of the things up here is can't sleep after COVID vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
But then it's like the top article's like, can COVID cause insomnia? And then it's like, could a good night's sleep improve the vaccine?
I wouldn't know.
So, I don't know, Brian.
No, in fairness, actually, I did get a really good night's sleep the night that I got my vaccine, and the next day I slept really well, actually. And then from that point, it's like my body, like my body's like, what is this? I don't like it. Let's go back to the old ways.
Like this thing you're doing,
ugh.
It's no bueno.
Yeah. And I've tried like, to where I'm tired, but it's like 1 p.m, and it's like, all right, well, I'm going to get up, or, and kind of hope that, by getting up then, and it's like, I'm going to stay up as long as I can, basically, kind of hope that essentially things will reset. 'Cause that's usually what happens with me. I've had every once in a while, I have an issue where I can't sleep for like a day or two.
Right.
And then I crash. And then it takes me a few days from there to kind of just get my hours of sleep like spun back to the hours that I'm used to,
Right.
And so I tried that, and that didn't work this time. So I don't know. Like I said, I got a doctor's appointment. I don't remember when, but if I'm still feeling that way, I'll say something to him and see what he says about it. Because in the meantime, it's like, I'm just doing what I can and whatever.
Just plugging along.
Yeah, and it could be worse. I mean, it's not like this isn't something unfortunately I've struggled with sleep issues since I was a teenager. So,
right.
That's what, like 150 years. So
many moons ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately. And, it's the worst part is, you keep reading stuff that it's like, like if you don't get 8 hours of sleep a night, it'll trim 10 years off your life kind of a thing. And I'm like, oh, geez.
Like, well, I guess this is how I die.
Yeah. But, whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, anyway. So, when I am awake, I'm trying to get anything done. And, like I even tried applying copious amounts of pizza to my face today to see if that would help. And
I mean, that sounds pretty legit.
Yeah. I haven't had pizza in a while. It tasted so good.
Like manna from heaven.
Yeah, it was, Well, and how it is like when you get, like you get the pizza, like when it's like straight out their oven, like up here at Mancino's, where the cheese is all still melty, and it was so good. But anyway,
pizza sounds so good.
It was really good.
That's all I want in my life is some pizza. I had a salad for dinner, Brian.
Yeah?
And it was amazing. And sometimes I forget how delicious salad is.
Yeah.
But if I could put that salad as a nice vessel to serve my pizza on top of, I think I would.
You just take your pizza and you slice it into, like if you were putting like grilled chicken on there, and it'd be like those long slices of grilled chicken, except it's
someone has to do a pizza
It's
salad.
Just pizza for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking.
You could anyway, salad. Right? I mean, some sort of a tomato-based dressing, cheese on your salad, some pepperoni. I mean, you're kind of there.
There's multiple recipes for pizza salad.
Croutons. I mean, you're kind of there. Or I'd rather just have the pizza.
Speaking of down, maybe you and I should go do a little Stubborn Brothers or something.
Yeah, agreed. I'm definitely down for that.
I'm just saying, Brian.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm just saying.
So anyway, yeah. Other than that, I just haven't felt like doing anything, so I haven't really done a whole lot.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So how about I don't have an update on playing more GTA because I haven't really felt like it. Honestly, I've jumped in and done my big wheel spins, and that's about all I've done.
Big wheels keep on turning.
Yes.
Proud Mary keep on burning.
Yes.
Rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling down the river.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how about you?
Well, we played a 2-day game of Axis and Allies, and we didn't even finish that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was cool. I forgot how much I enjoy that game, but at the same time, I forgot how much I hate that game.
Right.
And it's like on Friday when we started playing, it was Logan and his friend came over, and they were, Logan's Japan, his friend is Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michelle was Britain, and I was Russia and the U.S.
Okay.
See? And Michelle's never played before. Logan's played only like once or twice, but he's very good at strategy games. Garrett, I think, has only played, that's his friend. Yeah. He's only played like once, not our friend Garrett.
Right.
If he was in town, I didn't tell you. You have permission to shoot me in the face.
Yeah, he'd probably be upset if you didn't ask him if he wanted to play or something. Also, that he was at your house and you didn't call me.
Yeah, exactly. But, and like, I don't know what his friend was thinking.
Yeah.
But he basically was like, just like assaults Russia.
Okay.
And he could basically empty Germany out to push into Russia.
Oh.
So obviously, we're like, well, ha ha. But then it was starting to get late.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, let's, which we had to do the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, well, let's, we got to wrap this up, boys, because I've been up since like 4 a.m. and, we come back tomorrow, we'll finish the game. Anyway.
Yeah.
In the two-day festival of war.
Mm-hmm.
But my first thought was, we'll just play out on the porch.
Right.
because the table's out there and we can leave the game set up and I can close the door and the cats can't get out there.
Yeah.
But then it was balls hot.
Indeed.
So we did not play on the porch.
Okay.
My basement isn't set up enough yet for like a game time. I want to build like a gaming table, put some better lights up.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened. So we had the table or the game in the middle of my dining room table.
Right.
And then I had to run downstairs and get empty cardboard boxes, and we just placed them
Yeah.
all over the game board.
Right.
Because the one cat, for sure we would have it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
She would have been like, this is fun, and assaulted everything.
Sure.
Because that's what cats do.
Mm-hmm.
And even like as soon as I put the box up and the boys left, like she was on the table, like circling around the boxes, trying to figure out how to get in them.
Right.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But the game survived.
Well, that's good.
But it was like, I'm talking with Michelle. I'm like, oh, we're like 2 turns away from getting rid of Germany.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what he was thinking. Like he emptied out Germany, and then he's like, I'm gonna buy some bombers.
That's not Germany's strength.
Even Logan was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But Logan's very good strategy-wise.
Yeah.
And and his buddy didn't feel good, so he didn't come over. So Logan took over both, and he turned Germany around real quick.
Oh, nice.
But it was like a lot of back and forth,
Sure.
capture Western Europe, and then he captures it back. A lot of loss.
Yeah.
Just back and forth, back and forth. But the whole time, he's got Japan over here just eating up the world.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was starting to get I mean, we didn't start playing until the afternoon. It was starting to get late again. And then I was like, that was the moment I went, oh shit, we're supposed to podcast tonight.
Right.
And I'm like, Logan, I got a podcast in an hour. We're just gonna have to call it.
Yeah.
And it was fun to play. And he actually has Axis and Allies Zombies.
Oh yeah, I have that too, actually.
But apparently it plays a lot quicker than the original.
Okay. I haven't played it,
gonna,
but I have a copy of it.
We're gonna play that, but it's like, it was fun, but man, that game takes forever.
Yeah, yeah. That was always my issue with it, because I don't know if you remember when we used to, when we played at Collector's World, a couple of times where we played like overnight.
Yeah, you'd be playing, and then suddenly the sky's turning pink.
Yeah, and Perry'd be like, all right, you guys gotta get the hell out of here. So
yeah, I mean, it's a great game. It's like a great history strategy game, but
yeah. I'll never forget
it takes forever, especially if you're playing with people that are good at strategy games.
Yeah, exactly, because the game should take a long time if people are playing well.
Yeah, or sometimes, if the dice just hate you.
And yeah, that is true too.
I mean, I came in one battle with overwhelming odds and then got all misses and then got wiped out.
Nice.
Like, really?
Nice. You're like, there's one dude with a bow and arrow. How's he taking out 5 bombers?
Basically. Basically.
Was he Hawkeye?
But yeah, cool ass game. I'm glad we played, but holy shit, it took forever.
Yeah. That'd do. Yep.
But
I know they talked at one point about like putting a version of it out that was a quick play kind of thing, so that you could really get in and get out of a game within, like, as weird as this may sound to some people, like 2 or so hours, or 3 hours. And I was like, the only way you could do that almost would just be like, you'd have to just cut countries out probably, because some of the countries just become like, they're a nuisance.
Yeah.
And in the long run, like Japan's a good example in there. Japan can be such a nuisance in that game.
Because they're so spread out.
Right. And it isn't that they're individually strong necessarily, but it's hard to just make them go away.
Yeah. Like what Logan did is he basically took out my navy.
Yeah.
And then he just built up a hella navy and just ruled the ocean.
Oh.
It's like there's not a whole lot you can do there.
No, that's true. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's a great game, and I mean, I kind of understand why people would want a quick play version, but I almost feel like that's like bastardizing.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
the only if you're gonna play Axis and Allies, you better like put on a diaper, have plenty of rations, and get ready.
The only quick play that I'm cool with is the idea of like playing on like Steam or something like that.
Yeah.
To at least cut down the initial setup, because hell, that takes half an hour or so.
Yeah, the setup takes forever, and then it's like you want to go to battle, and you got to move all these little units onto a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to play an Axis and Ally game on my computer. It wasn't
Yeah.
against; it was just against the AI.
Right.
But it was still, so much quicker.
Right. Yeah, because it just got rid of the little nuisances of the setup, which is
Yeah,
quite
exactly,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Quite nice.
Quite nice.
Quite nice.
But before we played Axis and Allies, we Michelle wanted to go to Detroit.
Yeah.
To or the King's used books because they have old photos there.
Right.
She wanted to go through them for like painting references and all this stuff.
Sure. Looking for nudes, I gotcha.
Yeah, hot, sexy nudes from like the '60s.
Yeah.
big giant muffs.
Yeah, those are my favorite to use for reference too.
Oh yeah, but
all I paint is the muffs. That's it.
That's it.
I just take like a Brillo pad and just dip it into paint.
Yeah. I mean, someone's probably done that.
Probably.
No, it was. I always forget how much I enjoyed Detroit.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, we were up in your neighborhood on our way up there. We went to that little Da Capo coffee shop.
Oh, yeah.
Right by
Right.
the liquor cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in there in a while, too, and that's way better than it used to be.
Oh, yeah? I haven't
Dude,
been in there at all.
I had a scone that was like, bro.
Yeah.
I almost just like dropped my drawers and just started pleasuring myself. It was so good. Right in the store. That's
Wow.
how good it was.
Jeez.
It was fucking amazing,
I
dude.
mean, wow. You think they'd put booths in or something,
You'd think, like viewing booths.
Yeah, just some with a little curtain or something. Just
some.
give you a little privacy.
I mean, their baked goods are legit. You should definitely stop in there and just get a fucking cookie or something.
All right.
Yeah, a nookie cookie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up there when there's, when I'm at the liquor store, so.
Well, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
But, went to the bookstore. It was awesome. Got a few books. We're looking for old cookbooks, too, 'cause why not?
Yeah.
And, but man, that place is so hot.
Yeah.
It's no air conditioning. They had fans. And we got there early in the morning. It was already like getting hot. I couldn't imagine like a day like tomorrow, because it's supposed to be 90 degrees again tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, that is something, though. It's tough because the last week, it's been I think our lows have been almost 60.
Yeah. Today was probably the crispest day.
Yeah.
Barely.
Barely.
At night it got down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hot mug.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And it's I saw the other day on the news, they were like, oh, relief's coming. And I look at the weather and it's yeah, it's still going to be nearly 80 on those days.
I mean, I guess compared to 90.
Yeah. It is relief, but it's, it's still going to be,
hot
warm.
as balls.
Yeah, it's still going to be quite warm.
Now, the bookstore is cool. And if anyone's listening and they go to Detroit and you like books, I mean, I've honestly never seen anywhere that has more books.
I've seen pictures of a bookstore in California that's got same idea that it's I think it's 4 floors or something so
it's just shelves upon shelves of books.
It's crazy looking, when you see that many books in one place.
Yeah. And it's we went with the purpose of looking for older cookbooks, and then I wanted to go upstairs because they have one cabinet that had
hardcore porn,
old role playing games and stuff in it.
Oh, right.
And I was like, oh, maybe I'll find something for Logan, but they didn't have anything cool. But then it's you're in the sci-fi section, and it's just shelf after shelf after shelf after.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, I don't even know where you begin. And I could tell there's one dude in there that must have been doing the used book thing, on Amazon.
Yeah.
Because he's just pulling books out and scanning them.
Ah, yep.
I'm like, oh, I see what you're up to, buddy.
Yep. Well, it's interesting because there's a lot of books, those kind of stores that do not like people like that. There's some that will shut them down, won't let you scan and stuff. And then others don't give a shit because ultimately you're a business and your goal is to sell books. And you can't be mad if they take your book you want $5 for and sell it for 50 because
it's true.
You could have put it at 50. You could have scanned all those books yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But
I mean, and they do have more expensive books in cases and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool though, because when she was going through all the boxes of old photos looking for references, she bought some funky ones. Just some like bearded dude from the '60s, like making a goofy face, and some guy's grandma, and I'm like, yeah, whatever you want to paint.
Yeah.
It was interesting though, because she found this like really old picture of this house, you know?
Yeah.
And she just follows a cool looking house. She's like, oh, that'd be a cool thing to paint. And then in a totally separate box was a picture of the same house, but decades later.
Right.
It was weird.
It's pretty strange.
Yeah, like we were looking at it, we're comparing, we're like, it's for sure the same. There's some updates here and some different stuff. It's for sure the same house, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time you come over, I'll have to show you. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got a kick out of, I was like, I'm sitting next to her and she's doing her thing. And right in front of me was this little spinny rack of old postcards.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'll start looking at these. And I'm like, and some of them were like postcards people sent to people.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, shit. And I'm like, looking, I'm like, this one was sent in 1913.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
You know, and it's like, oh, we're really enjoying California. Can't wait to get back home. Love whatever.
Wow.
It's just so weird to read these old messages.
Yeah. Right.
My favorite was one. It was very short and sweet. It was like, I'm still waiting to hear a response from the letter I sent you. I was like, whoa.
Oh, dang. Somebody throwing some shade in that
I
thing.
know, right?
Damn.
Yeah, it was kind of cool looking at those old postcards, though.
Yeah.
I like weird shit like that.
Yeah. That's a cool thing to do. I know that's one of the things, like the boxes of photos and stuff. It's there's a lot of artists that love to go root through that shit for like Michelle was saying, just for reference. And even though literally you can have any reference you want at your fingertips via Google now, it's still cool to kind of root through. It's kind of like finding records,
Yeah.
like there's just something about, even though you can find the songs on, whatever streaming service or iTunes or whatever now, there's still something cool about just digging through crates of records or whatever and finding gems. Yeah.
Well, like when we were looking at all these old, basically any cookbook I saw that looked old,
Yeah.
I just grabbed.
Okay.
Just to see what it was. And one of them I grabbed, it was called Recipes for the Electric Blender. And I was like, whoa, what
the fuck?
And I flip it. It was from like the 50s or 60s. So I open it up and like chapter 1 is, what is an electric blender?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But I'm flipping through it, and like right in the middle of the book was a warranty card, other products from this company that was selling this blender, and I don't know, maybe like a survey card or something. But it was all like shit from whoever had that book and their blender.
Oh, wow.
Like it was all vintage like stuff. It was crazy. I'm like, oh.
That's funny.
And then like other cookbooks, I'm flipping through, you open up the first page, it's like, to Meredith, I hope this finds your, adds nicely to your cookbook collection. Herbert.
Right.
Like all these notes from people. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. Old books are fun.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy though. I know, I'm all for, my thing with old cookbooks would be the ones that are the weird old cookbooks.
We were kind of looking for stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's probably a market for that stuff, but, just the ones that are like some weird ass fad diet or, 50 things to make in your brand new microwave or something, I don't know, whatever it ends up being, just to where whatever they're using is some sort of, to them, still kind of foreign, or, 50 new Jell-O mold recipes,
Like if I had a bigger kitchen or a bookshelf in my kitchen,
yeah,
I would for sure get just cookbooks like that just to put up.
Yeah.
Just like the magic of the electric blender or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Which they had like 2 copies of, so I can always go back.
Hot seller, got to keep it stocked.
I don't know. I mean, I could probably spend a day in that bookstore.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. Probably more than that, because you're going to it's kind of like if you go to, an art museum, it's like you're going to hit a point to where even though you're looking at books, you're probably going to start blurring stuff.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Because it's like when you go to the video store and you're there long enough, at some point you're just like, I need to just pick something because I just am not really even reading these titles or whatever anymore. I used to do that when I would look for like art books and stuff at Barnes and Noble or Borders or any of those kind of stores, because they would have a lot. So as I'm reading through them, I'd realize I'd get to a point where I'm like, I'm not even really paying attention to what I'm reading on the spines
I'm
anymore.
just flipping pages or whatever.
Yeah, it's like I should just stop, and if I'm going to buy something, but
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we were like, well, we got to get some lunch, because I told her, I'm like, let's go to Detroit. We'll do the bookstore. We'll get either brunch or lunch, whatever.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to figure out where to go. And I'm like when we were in when she was looking at the photos, I was looking at food around us. So my first thought, of course, is brewery.
Yeah.
I should go to, but I'm like, I always do that to her. I should switch it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because in fairness, it's probably not as fun the food's good at them.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, it's not quite the same as it is for you when you're,
Yeah, exactly. But so I'm like, and as we're walking out, I'm like, well, I don't know if you're into this idea, but I thought it was closed, but Hopcat is open.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love Hopcat. I'm like, oh, well, fuck yeah, then.
Yeah. Right.
Because I haven't been to a Hopcat since the day we, gave Big Dev a hard time.
Right.
About not coming, and then he showed up, and it was amazing.
I
think it was the first day we hung out with Dev proper. So
yeah, it might have been actually.
I don't
remember, but yeah.
But there's a couple things I gotta mention though. One, it was nice and warm out, and their patio wasn't open. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Two, they no longer have crack fries.
What?
They're cosmic fries.
Same thing though.
Same thing.
They must have. Yeah, that must just be a.
They're churching it up, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're probably afraid of just the idea of kids ordering crack fries.
Afraid of me getting upset.
I agree.
But actually,
do they still have the sloppy Joe with the cheese over the top?
That was number 3.
Oh, really? It's
the
gone.
Sloppy Joseph is not on the menu anymore. Because that was what I was gonna. I walked in going, I'm getting a Sloppy Joseph. It's gonna be amazing.
Yep.
And then I'm like, but where? It's not. Oh no. It was that was very disappointing.
So disappointing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
guess I got a Nashville chicken. It was delicious.
I guess there's no point in going to Hopcat now. No.
And I got the fries with the cheese sauce, and it was delicious.
Right.
But I honestly had my heart set on a Sloppy Joseph.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw you post the Hopcat picture, the first thing that popped into my head was, "Ooh, I wonder if he got one of them Sloppy Joes," because those were so good. Yeah, I still remember that first time we saw it, and that guy was eating it, and I'm like, "What is that?"
You had to.
I had to, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's a Sloppy Joe. It's got cheese over it." I'm like, "Jesus Christ, what am I doing?"
What am I doing with my life? I need that now. I need it in my stomach now.
And then I just stole his. No.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to just make it myself now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's something.
I'm not 100% sure what's in their cheese sauce, but I can make a pretty good beer cheese sauce.
I was just gonna say, I feel like it's just a beer cheese sauce. I mean, it's whatever theirs is, but I'm sure you can make
there's something about theirs that's like it's like thin, so it like runs better.
Yeah, that's true.
And every beer cheese I've ever made is like a thick boy,
That's true.
It's thick, Brian. Thick.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what they cut it with to make it run like that, but it is delicious.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know. That's a good question, because that's probably... Yeah, you're right. I mean, not that a thicker cheese sauce wouldn't be okay, too, but you wouldn't want, like, nacho cheese like you get at the stadium.
Exactly, out of a pump.
Right, yeah, you don't want it like that. You don't want it that thick.
No, I like a happy medium. Really.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I was so disappointed they didn't have that. Yeah.
All right. Broke my heart.
I did try the Founders All Day Vacado.
Yeah.
So they had it on tap. It's pretty delicious. I think All Day is just kind of like, it's a nice hoppy bitter treat.
Yeah.
The All Day Vacay is probably it's less bitter and hoppy, a little more sweet.
Ah, okay.
But still it's pretty damn tasty.
All right, that doesn't sound bad to me. I'd certainly try that.
Yeah.
I've been curious anyway.
It was the weirdest part about our Detroit trip though was we were, sitting at lunch trying to got time to do like one more thing, as long as it's not stupid, whatever.
Yeah.
And my brain immediately was like, oh, I really want to go to a brewery. And then she's like, oh, do you want to go to the Eastern Market? And I'm like, oh. That's where they do the beer fest.
Yep.
And I'm like, and also like, oh, there's Eastern Market Brewings over there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I've never been to the farmer's market up here.
Right.
Besides for beer fest.
I know we talked about it a few times, like maybe getting food there after, but it's always so crazy after like, during, like when we went on Saturdays, so it's daytime. Like it's always so crazy over there, or before. I'm sorry, not after. I meant before. But it's just crazy because everybody has that idea.
Well, we made the journey, and I actually got really good parking pulling in. But it was weird because I honestly haven't been around that many people in a long time.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird.
Sure.
But it felt cool at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wanted to, I think she had her own ulterior motives. She wanted to get a jar of honey because she was out.
Sure.
And, farmer's market honey's way better than some bullshit you're going to buy at the store.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it was a little strange. We found her honey, and then I'm like, all right, well, I see the big logo for Eastern Market Brewing. I need to at least go have a beer because the last time I was there, the beer was amazing. I'm like, it's like a real cool vibe. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
And I walked in. I'm like, they moved. They're way bigger now.
Right.
And there was like a whole alley shut down full of tables, full of people.
Oh, my.
And I'm like, she's like, well, I'm going to try to find a table if you want to get a beer. I'm like, all right. And then I was in line. And the line didn't move. And I'm like, I know her feet were hurting her. And I'm like, you know what? We got to get home and finish playing Axis and Allies.
Yeah.
And
it's
as
different
much as I want this.
Yeah.
I really don't have time to sit and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's different if it's your first stop of the day, not the last stop of the day.
Yeah. So I came on. She's like, well, where's your beer? And I'm like, it's like, it's cool. Let's just dip.
Yeah.
And then we walked by a food truck that was selling her Mexican Coke she loves, and they had real sugar glass bottle Fagos.
Nice.
I'm like, yes. So I got a grape Fago.
Nice. Good move.
Yeah, it was
good move.
Dude, it was a nice morning in Detroit.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
It feels cool because there's so much construction going on in that city right now.
Yeah.
Even the last time you and I were there, it was a lot.
Right.
But it's crazy how much stuff is going on up there right now.
Really?
Which is good. Good for the city.
Yes.
Not good for the people that live there that can't afford to live there anymore.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Which is always the downside. I mean, I love seeing the city come back, but I hate knowing that people are like, oh, I can't afford to live in my apartment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
which is honestly what's going to happen to East Side Toledo.
Yes, you're not
it's already
wrong.
beginning.
Yep.
Because once that Metro Park goes in full,
there's
already expensive condos right there.
Yeah.
It's going to start pushing that neighborhood back.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Which I never would have thought, like, oh, East Side's going to become the next place, but it's going to be.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that either, but here
right?
we are. Yep.
Although on the flip side, Brian, if you're ever not sleeping and you want to grab a lunch because the place gets insane around dinner time, there's a pub over there at the fucking condo place called the Old Bag of Nails.
I love the name.
And it's a cool Irish pub right on the river. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway. Sorry. My brain goes to pubbing already.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
I've been in the mood for like pubbing lately. I don't know why.
Right. This is just so weird. A word, phrase, whatever. Pubbing.
We just need a shirt like just says salty language. We be pubbing or something.
Ready for pubbing. Yeah.
Ready for pubbing. Yeah.
Pub life. No, that's already done. I'm sure.
Like pubs and suds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure all these shirts already exist, but they don't exist with our logo and our face on it.
You're right. Perfect. Oh, man.
Oh, hello, friend arachnid crawling across my ceiling. Please don't descend on my face.
Okay, it just drops on top of your head instead.
I know, right?
And hopefully you get proportional strength of a spider afterward.
It'd be dope. I'll probably just spring, all these limbs and start shitting silk out of my ass.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what would happen.
This is the worst superpower ever.
Yeah, like, oh, jeez.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh, it's a radioactive spider. Awesome.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if y'all listen to a program that isn't even out yet, you're going to hear the story again. So I don't give a shit.
Uh-huh.
But Saturday night, good old Bomber, the old dummy dog I have, was trying to rip apart the front of Michelle's car.
Right.
Like I had to exit a podcast we were in the middle of to save the day, basically.
I'm pretty sure that was a first. As far as an enthusiast goes, not the first time you've had to mad dash out of a salty language.
Oh no,
yeah. But certainly out of an enthusiast. I don't remember you ever having to, cause it was funny. Cause when you were like, my dog's being, a maniac or whatever. And I was kind of like, okay, like that's weird, cause usually, it's not that big a deal. But then when you came back and told us, dog's trying to rip apart Michelle's car, I was like, alrighty then, that's new.
Yeah, she was out there just like Michelle was out there just reading and chilling, enjoying the evening.
Yeah.
And apparently from my one neighbor, people that like to party all night.
Yeah.
They're starting to piss me off now.
Yeah.
In a corner yard, they have a compost heap, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Which is basically their code for like let's hook shot watermelons and stuff over there or whatever.
Oh, fun. I'm pretty sure in order to technically have a compost pile, it has to be in something.
Yeah, well, it's a pile of just old fruit and vegetables.
I'm pretty sure by city rules, you have to have like a compost bin, and you have to do it in there to keep basically, animals and such out of there and whatnot like that.
But that would be nice.
Yeah.
Because she said she was sitting in the backyard and, Bomber's out there with her chilling. And a fucking giant rat ran across her from our one neighbor's across our yard.
Yeah.
And she said that Bomber did the full pointer pose.
Right.
Stiffened up, put the one paw up, the tail went out, and stiff as straight as an arrow.
Oh wow, yeah.
Which we looked at German short hair pointers online.
Yeah.
And she probably is looking at the leg structure and everything. Was she might be part pointer, sort of part boxer, like we thought.
Ah, okay.
But she did the whole.
Interesting.
And then because also reading later online, that's a whole instinctual thing that those dogs do to hunt with humans.
Oh wow.
Which is like if the tail is a certain way, or they turn their head a certain way, it kind of directs you to where the animal is. It's wow, that's crazy.
Huh.
I know, right?
All right.
But so she's she popped open her hood. She said she saw this thing's ass sitting on the back of her engine. So she was like, ugh, and closed the hood real quick.
Right.
and then Bomber went bananas. I mean, there is teeth marks in her one fender.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to go over there with a black paint marker and fill in the lines and shit.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and she said she was just she went into a different she went into full she returned to monkey.
Yeah. Right.
Returned to wolf, I guess.
Yeah, right.
And she said she was slobbering everywhere, and it was. And
she
for some
wanted
reason,
after that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and, for some reason, it's I went out there, I was I didn't even really do anything. I was just hey, I'm I got down on my knee. I'm hey, calm,
Yeah.
Got her, whatever. When we got her inside, it was all well, but. So now I spent Sunday cleaning up my garage because I had the one area where we kind of sit and had stuff, and the other area where I keep my Jeep.
Yeah.
And we parked her I got this Tomcat stuff you're supposed to spray to the rodents don't like the smell.
Yeah.
So I spray her wheel wells and stuff like that, and her hood.
Right.
Parked her car inside, and I sprayed around my garage, and any spot there's a hole basically.
Yeah.
And then I keep my car because I know not that I want to deal with it, but I know she wants to deal with it even less.
Yeah, right.
But if one of those dogs got a hold of that rat, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Yeah.
Because both the dogs have been very interested in her car, and it's because mice were living in her car in the winter.
Right.
Because she never drove it.
Oh right.
So they were always very interested in her car. So now it's if they, oh boy, it's gonna, yeah. But at the same time, it's fuck you, rat, get out of my yard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know. What a nightmare.
Well, more so, fuck you, neighbor, for just keeping a pile of trash in the
Well,
backyard.
he put a bunch of hay on it now. I don't know what's going on back there.
Whatever.
I know. It's
like,
pretty
okay,
annoying.
in order to have a compost heap, also, it's like, what are you doing with it? If it's just there, it's not really a compost heap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the point of that is to use the compost. So,
Yeah.
otherwise, you're just being lazy and not using a trash can or something.
Yeah, I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know, man.
Like, seriously,
I mean,
if you're just interested in hook-shotting watermelons, put a trash can over there and hook-shot them into the trash can.
I mean, the one good thing about those guys is like Friday, you might find it shocking when I let the dogs out at the end of the night before I went to bed. They're out there partying.
Yeah. Yeah, I am shocked by that.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But then I didn't see them the rest of the weekend.
Really?
Like they must have went so hard. The one day I saw my one guy come outside with no shirt on, his hair is all messed up. That's the only time I saw him.
Right.
And then nothing. I'm like, they must have fucking fucked themselves up because they're not young.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know how it is.
That's crazy.
If I get a little nutty, I feel like shit all day, and I haven't been proper drunk in a long time now.
Right.
Since I busted my face off a curb.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how they do it, but whatever.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I know, right? Living in a neighborhood.
Yeah. Good fun, eh?
It's definitely something.
Yeah. You know what's weird is like around here, dude, it's been fucking crazy. Like our one neighbor, my mom the one day was like, hey, she got taken away in an ambulance, and I'm like, oh shit, and she's okay and everything, and but then we went to go to the store or something like that the other day, and there were a few cars by another neighbor's house, and I kept seeing them carrying a bunch of stuff out, and I'm like, oh boy. And my mom goes, what? And I was like, older couple lives there, and you see people starting to carry stuff out, that's usually a bad sign.
Yeah, it's never a good sign.
And sure enough, it was the lady there passed away. I guess she had a stroke, went into, they were going to do open heart on her. They got through the surgery, and then they think she had another stroke, basically, and
that sucks.
Was gone. Yeah, so
yeah.
I was like, geez. And then another one of our neighbors, I don't know what happened with this one, but there was an ambulance over at their house like yesterday, and I'm like, okay, enough of this shit. Like,
yeah, wow.
And it's all like right in this little like corner area across the street.
What you're saying,
from
Brian,
us.
is you got some vacancies.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. I was like, damn, it's like, whew. I mean, I know, shit's gonna happen when you have, older neighbors and stuff, but it's still like,
yeah,
man, that's
kind of. I don't like seeing it. Like even like I said, my fucking I don't hate my neighbors. They just kind of annoy me.
Right.
But in the middle of, I think it was the middle of winter, the one dude takes care of his mom, and a bunch of ambulance and fire truck were out right in front of his house. I'm like, it sucks.
Yeah, right.
She's still around, so obviously everything was fine-ish. But
right.
I've heard her like meow out in the yard and stuff.
Every bit of me hopes that's exactly what she sounds like out there.
Very close.
And that's all. That's it. She just sounds like some goat out there. Those like.
Yeah, actually, well, I got a video I need to send you that.
All right.
Yeah, you'll find hilarious.
All right, fair enough.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a weird past couple
Yeah.
It's been a weird weekend.
Yeah. That's what with us this has been over. Well, the one woman I guess passed away about a week ago, which we didn't even know. Like nobody told us. Like it seemed like everybody around here knew except us. So
that seems weird.
Yeah. But the other stuff, we kind of noticed. My mom with the one the other day was like, "Okay, that's enough."
Yeah, right.
I was like, "Yeah, no doubt."
On a sidetrack, on a lighter note,
yeah,
I bought myself a 12-pack of Waterloo. Them shits is delicious.
I keep looking at that when I'm at the store, and in case
the
audio,
black cherry.
I think the audio cut out a little bit there. You said Waterloo sparkling water, I believe, right?
Yeah, the old Waterloo, the old Napoleon Bonaparte sparkling water.
Nice. nice.
It is delicious. Like normally you're like, oh, this is like a hint of this. Like
Yeah.
you pour and you're like, I can smell cherries.
Man,
it's pretty good, man.
I like that. All right, I may have to grab some then. Although I shouldn't right now. I got quite a bit of various seltzers in the house at the moment. I should probably house those first.
Yes.
But
yes. Yeah, I'm back in the mindset of, all right, I gotta just buy beer when I go out.
Oh yeah.
Because the battle of the bulge is real.
I hear you, brother.
And it's like on Friday, I had to go to the store and get some stuff to make dinner. Oh, I was making wings for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and it was so hot at work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to grab like a 6-pack of something so I can, when I'm out there smoking, we're playing the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, Goose Island. Not Goose Island. Yeah. Goose Island. 3-1. They make the 312,
I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Goose Island 312 lemonade shandy? Like, that sounds refreshing on a hot day.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that. And I grabbed it and it was a fucking 15-pack. Like, no, but I want this. I'm like, you know what, whatever.
Well, I mean, I guess I got to get a 15-pack, yeah.
So,
And,
so once I finish this 15-pack.
Well, I run into that issue at times, like when I go for some of them, like there'll be beers or something that I'll see when I'm like in Kroger or something. I always look at the beer while I'm there.
You have to.
And there's so many times where I'm like, man, I'd like to try that, but I really don't want to buy a 12 or a 15 of something I've never had.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'll look real quick and be like, damn it, they don't have it in the make your own, 6-pack. Cause, if they do, then maybe I'll just grab some, 6 beers I want to try or something. But
right.
So many times they don't have the ones I want to try in those. And I'm like, damn it. And it's like, I don't want to spend $15 or $20 on a beer I'm not sure if I'm going to like or not, And those shandies, you never know,
Well, it's pretty delicious.
All right.
It's a good one.
I trust you on it because you and I have had a lot of the same shandies, and our opinions seem to be pretty similar on them. So
yeah, this one's pretty good.
Yeah,
but man, oof! Tell you, like I said, battle bulge. I'm like, oh man, I got to put on some of my shorts. I'm like, not these ones. Like, man, these used to fit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Clearly.
I put on one of my t-shirts and I'm like, man, I remember when this thing fit a lot better. And I mean, I'm not, like what do you call it? I don't know. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or whatever.
Yeah.
But since I've been working at my new job, like I've put on more muscle mass.
Right.
So that, but it shouldn't fit snug in the gut still too. Like it's like my shoulders and my arms. It's like, it was tight, but I'm like also like in my waist. I'm like, geez.
Yeah, shoulders and arms, you might be muscle weight. Midsection, it's like, all right, there's probably not like unless you're becoming barrel chested.
Yeah. It's it's my old like Toledo Ninja Defense shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this shirt, and it's so comfortable. And I put it on, and immediately I was like, God, it's so tight on my shoulders and arms. I pulled it down. I was like, Jesus.
You're like, wow, I don't remember this being a midriff.
I know. I was like, what the fuck did I turn into a bratwurst? What happened?
Yeah.
I think everyone put on a few LBs during the COVID, though.
Yeah. Quite a few people seem to have,
Good times.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this has got to end.
Yep.
The fuck, man.
Right.
I know.
I mean, either that or you got to go like Fat Mac on it's Always Sunny.
Oh yeah.
You know, and just fully embrace it.
Just embrace it.
Yeah.
Wow, I watched a video about that dude.
Yeah.
That he actually put on all that weight.
I know.
Like I thought it was a fat suit.
I did too. Yeah. And then
like the video I watched was like a Men's Health because now the dude's shredded.
Yeah, he's shredded now. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of that season, he had lost a lot of that weight.
Yeah.
Because in the show and everything, I think there's actually a couple episodes where he's working out and different stuff. So. Yeah.
He was like he was talking about how he's like he wanted to have everybody in the cast do it.
Oh God, yeah.
And they were like, no.
Yeah, like that's
So
silly.
he's like, well, I guess I'm going to do this. He's like, he went to his doctor.
Yeah.
He's like, well, how do I safely put on like 50 or 60 pounds?
Yeah, because
His
it
doctor's
wasn't
like,
just like 5 or 10 pounds. It was a
Yeah, it
lot
was a
of
lot.
weight.
Yeah. And his doctor just said, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I did it anyway. And
Yeah.
said at first he just ate a shit ton of food,
Right.
you know?
Mm.
And then he he found the best way for him to put on that weight was he would have, because of course he has an assistant.
Just drinking lard.
I mean, you're not far off. His assistant would take out a gallon of ice cream.
Yeah.
And then they would just let it melt, and he would drink a gallon of ice cream every day.
Oh my God, dude! Well, you've seen The Simpsons where Homer becomes, where he's in the
Morbidly
moo-moo.
obese.
Yeah, like that's like I love, when Dr. Nick is the only doctor who will advise him during the thing, of course, because it's a terrible idea.
This is a terrible idea.
And I love there's a one gag in there that's so great where Homer's getting close and they're at Krusty Burger and he's like, oh no, whatever. And Bart's like, oh, eat this. And he's like, I don't know, fish sandwich. And Bart like wipes on the wall of the place, like with the grease, and you can see through the wall.
Yeah. Oh, I just bravo to that guy for having the discipline to get back in like crazy good shape.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. Let's be honest, that was a real dumb move, because you should just never put on that kind of weight, just fat.
Yeah,
it's one thing if you bulk up, put
Right.
on 50, 60 pounds. I mean, even that. I mean, that's a lot of muscle to put on if you were trying to put on muscle. But
I mean, if you picture a 1 pound steak,
yeah,
put 50 of those on you.
yeah, like criminy. But yeah, I appreciate his commitment to his craft. But
I just love the fact he wanted everybody to do it. He said everyone said no except Danny DeVito.
Well, of course, but Danny DeVito's already got a bunch of weight on him. He would have looked terrible.
I know he would look like a freaking was a Veruca Salt when she turned into a blueberry.
Yes. Oh man, I'll tell you what though. Looking back, I think it's funnier that only he did it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Because everybody done it. I don't think it would have been as funny. But the fact that they didn't even really mention it at first, then they were all bagging on him after that. Because it's like, yo, you're putting on a lot of weight.
Such a funny show.
Good shit. Wow.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Speaking of fucking weirdos, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I got a great weirdo story.
Oh, good. Well, we're on it. Let's talk about weirdos.
All right.
We went to Meijer last night to do a little grocery shopping before the week hits.
Yep.
And the Meijer, I'm talking 101, whatever. It doesn't matter which one.
Right.
It's always full of weirdos.
Yes.
But there was this family in there. It was like the dude had. Yes, I know it's bedtime watch. Thank you for telling me. The dude had his own self-made deep V T-shirt.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, it was just a T-shirt, and he had a big V cut out of it.
What?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
and then his wife had Mike Wazowski body.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
spindly arms and legs and just a big-ass body.
Dude, the one that'll always stick out to me is, I think I've said it on here before, that commercial from our youth with the cheese dude, where he's like, always like, I could go for a hunka, a big ol' something chunka, blah, 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 of cheese. And he looks like a pear on stilts, basically, or whatever.
Okay, that's what this woman looked like.
Yeah.
And she was in, of course, the tightest clothing you could ever.
Well, you gotta show them curves off. I
guess.
Yeah.
And then then their kids were like just teenage boys, and they were both big, just like their dad. And I mean, not like not like Mike Wazowski body, but just like big kids.
Yeah.
And one dude had a top knot, and every member of his family, though, there's 4 of them, had a full shopping cart.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't know what was going on.
Dang. And it's the wrong time of the month for that kind of thing.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what? I looked at the date on my watch. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Because usually as the months go on, you see carts you don't see as full of carts,
Yeah, it was.
Money
Everyone
runs
had a
out.
full cart. Well, I mean, I guess the boys had their own cart, but like mom, dad, and the boys,
Man.
each had a full fucking cart.
And I'm assuming you said these boys are like teenagers, like not live on their own age teenagers, right?
Right.
Okay. Wow.
And it was like one was full of like frozen dinners and shit, which I don't know how people can get. I used to, for a long time I lived like that.
Man.
That's why I started cooking.
That's actually, that's the exact reason I started really learning how to cook, because me and Jen were like looking at our budget going, look how much money we spend on frozen dinners.
Yeah.
Like, I can make this stuff, because what we're buying is the most basic shit. It's like, why are we buying chicken Alfredo?
When
like
you
I can make
for
this,
sure make it,
and it'll taste so much better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that was actually, like I said. So it got to be where it's like, okay, well, whatever it is that you like frozen, I'll learn how to make it, basically, and that's where I started just making various stuff, and I learned a lot of cooking that way.
Yeah, that's the best thing, best way to do it. Best skill anyone should learn. I know we covered this before.
Amen.
And I guess just to put a little tag on the weird people thing. The other day I was walking out of Costco and I got caught behind a herd of land mammals.
Yeah.
And the one woman had on the shortest shorts I've ever seen on a really big girl.
Yeah.
And then it just said her shorts had weed leaves on them.
Yeah.
And it just said, roll your weed on this.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a lot of surface area to roll, I guess. But
well, I mean, she lays down all the homies can roll. That's cool. I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's funny. The shorts comment reminds me of one of my one of the people I've known on Twitter for a long time named Angie, and she has a tweet, and I'm gonna probably half butcher it, but it's something to the effect of call me old fashioned, but I think your shorts should be long enough to cover your labia, and
that's fair.
Yeah.
There was actually another woman at that Myers that I thought for a second wasn't wearing shorts because they were so short.
Ooh, that's short.
Like, yeah, they were so short, and her shirt was long, and and of course it was like it looked like her vagina was eating what shorts were there.
Right.
And once again, not a attractive lady.
So you're saying you didn't like a girl in a long shirt and short shorts and long t-shirt?
Yeah, the jacket should have been so long.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shopping's weird.
So
what's if you're a weirdo?
So I went up to the fruit and vegetable joint up here a couple days ago. So while I'm in there, they've reorganized the store to where it's essentially like 4 aisles now.
Yeah.
And while I'm in there, there was this family that they split up, one of them on each aisle, and they were literally yelling across the store to each other, like, do you need celery? What about green peppers? To every little, like almost everything. In this store, 4 aisles may not sound like much, but this store has a lot of shit, Yeah,
it's pretty big for a little store.
Yeah, and it's packed.
If that makes sense.
It's packed. Like, they have a lot of different stuff. And these people were so finally the manager, owner, whatever he is, he was kind of like, yeah, you need to quit yelling across the store.
I love that guy because he does not pull punches.
No,
either.
not at all. And
So,
but that wasn't the weirdest thing that happened while I was in there. The weirdest thing was I'm walking on the one aisle, and I'm like, oh, green peppers, I'm grabbing a bag to put them in. And when I do, I look, and a woman just takes a big bite out of one like it's an apple. And I'm like, I'm standing there like, Fuzza, woo, the guy is standing right behind her, and he goes, excuse me. And she goes, well, they didn't look all that good. I wanted to make sure they tasted good. And he goes, you can't just take a bite out of whatever you want in here. And she's like, don't worry, I'm going to buy it. And in my head, I'm going, if he wasn't standing there and she didn't like it, how much you want to bet she just puts it right back on the pile of green peppers
kicks
or
on the floor
throws on the floor? Yeah, it's like, so I've seen people take your pick of berries. They'll just, nosh on them around the store.
Grapes and stuff.
I've seen people grab a banana, apples, even a tomato. I saw somebody bite like an apple one time, and that I at least can understand, because if you don't homegrow tomatoes, most of them taste like garbage from the grocery stores.
Oh yeah, they're hot trash.
Because they're just water. That's it. Yeah. They just taste like nothing, right? So at least I could understand that you're hoping it tastes like a tomato and not just water. But no matter what, it's like, what are you doing? Unless you're having like, a diabetic crash or something, and it's like, hey, I just need to eat something, then hey, whatever, you got to stay alive. But
yeah, I'll never understand a whole
But a green pepper.
I'm just gonna eat in the store.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy it later.
Yeah. Well, with a lot of foods, it wouldn't be a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
But certain ones, like berries or grapes especially, because grapes most of the time are sold by the pound. And if you eat one or two, it won't really affect the price. But there's people I've seen walking around the store just munching on these. And I'm like, you're probably knocking 50 cents or $1 off of your price here. And that's really unfair of you to do. You're stealing,
Yeah,
you know.
What a sick-ass discount.
Yeah, right? You know.
I'm going to eat all the grapes discount.
Yeah. You know, now I've seen plenty of people where they'll grab like a pop or something and they'll drink it. And then when they get up that, you know, hey, I drank this, and they scan it. Who cares? They paid for it.
Right.
You know? Because really and truly, it's not technically shoplifting, stealing, whatever, until you attempt to leave the store with it. That's when something actually becomes shoplifting.
That's my secret, Brian.
Right.
I never leave the
Right.
store.
It's not illegal until you go to leave. But it's still shady as fuck.
Yeah, I like, you see it sometimes when some stupid kid is just freaking out.
Yeah.
And the parents just like rip open a bag of chips just to shut them up. It's like, well, one, I think that's bad parenting.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, control your spawn.
Right.
But it's like, I never understood the whole, unless, you know, they have like a deli or something you can get a sandwich at, and you're like, oh, cool. And you can walk around and eat your sandwich.
Sure.
Or like, you know, I guess, you know, in June, it could be the Wild West again.
Yeah.
At least in Ohio. But, you know, with Starbucks, you get a cup of coffee and you walk around.
Yeah.
There used to be some of the Krogers on the other side of town that actually had like little bars. You get a cup of beer.
Yeah. Well,
you know, because they could fill growlers and stuff there.
At the Kroger I go to, this is again pre-COVID, of course. They used to have like a bowl with like, they'd have like, you know, a couple bananas, an orange, whatever in there, and they were free for kids. You know,
right?
And I was like, you know, that's cool that they do that, because you know most of it is probably to where they're like, they just have like loose bananas where people have put, you know, they only want 4, so they peel one off or whatever.
That's another thing. If you don't want, oh fuck you, buy all the bananas.
I know, I'm with you on that. That bugs.
If I see an old lady do that, I might roundhouse her.
I've seen it so many times.
Blue wig flying through the air.
I've seen it so many times.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Yeah. I mean, on the flip of that, I've actually like gone up and gone, oh, there's only 2 here and there's 4 here, and you know, my mom and Jim each eat a banana every day, so you know they go fairly quick. So I'm like, well, I'll just grab the extra 2 rather than grab like another, you know, because there's a weird. You know, it's not like beer math, but there's like a banana math kind of situation where, you know, if you get too many, you end up having bananas go bad. If you don't get enough, then you run out fast. So, you know, now having too many bananas before anyone hits us up on this, I understand. You turn them into banana bread, but
turn them into banana bread.
You know, and that's delicious.
Also,
but still.
Can I make a motion to call banana math Banalgebra?
I'll allow it.
All right. Just saying. Oh, speaking of stupid puns, Brian.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about one of my crowning achievements in the pun world.
Really quick, I gotta make sure that I emphasize to people to listen to the upcoming Enthusiasts with Mark, because Tony has a couple of dimes in that he drops.
So, you know, we're at Meijer, and Michelle's like, oh, I'm going to go grab some blue cheese, because we're making
gross.
These,
yeah.
So good.
Nope.
Making
Gross.
these banging salads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And I'm just like standing there walking. I'm just looking at the case in front of me. And it's got like green onions, but it's got leeks in it.
Nice.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So when she comes back and we're like starting to walk, I'm like, hey, just be careful when you're walking by this case. It's got a couple leeks in it.
Oh, God. That's so bad.
And she grabbed onto my arm, and she's like trying to figure out where like the slippery part is,
right?
You know? And then I just had to like kind of point. And
yeah.
then she, you know, was laughing / disappointed, told me I could never talk to her again.
That's fair. I mean, it would have been fair if she would have just left you there, in fact.
Oh, I thought it was the greatest moment of my life.
That's bottom shelf pun for sure, but I'll allow it.
Oh, I couldn't resist.
No, I agree. Oh, shit. That's so terrible.
Oh, I know. So terrible, but so good.
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah.
I love doing dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you know what?
No.
All right, we're talking about weird people still.
Yeah.
I didn't actually witness this. This is a story I was told today.
Okay.
She went to the store to get some chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know how at the you scan it, because based on what you buy, it spits out coupons specific to your needs.
Right. Or competitors of what you're buying. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So apparently there was this older gentleman that was just kind of hanging out the U-Scan area.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of circling and just grabbing coupons that people were leaving and putting them in his pocket, all trying to be all slick about it.
Oh, shit.
I love old people.
The funny part is nobody gives a shit,
No.
Like me, what I do is when they spit them out, I'll look at them real quick, and if they're things I won't use, I will leave them there.
Yeah, I pretty much always leave them there too, because even if I take them, the next time I go shopping, I go, oh shit, those coupons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I always forget about them.
Right. So I will take ones that are relevant to me, and there's been times where, like, as I've walked by, I'll see one where the coupon is for something I use, and it'll be like, well, there's nobody there, so clearly someone left it, so I'll snatch it out of there. But I wouldn't care, and I'm sure they don't care,
I'm sure they don't give a shit. I'm sure this dude though is probably like one day he was probably there and he just saw some, look at that young idiot leaving that coupon, and a little light bulb went off. Oh, that could be my coupon. And I just started this coupon stealing spree.
He's at home. He's got his whiteboard. He's like writing it up like it's a heist in Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. He's in there with his big old jitterbug taking photos, just casing the joint.
Yep. He's got another friend that goes with him that distracts the person working the U-Scan so he can snatch them up.
Yeah. I don't know how to use this, Sonny.
Yeah. Oh, no problem, sir. I'll help you. Go, go, go. Or no, it's like, caw-caw, caw-caw.
I can't whistle now. God damn it.
Right. The flaw in the plan is that the other guy can't hear him because he's got bad hearing. Jeez. What, sir, those aren't your coupons. Cheese it.
Exactly. Get away on his scooter.
Yeah, that they could easily catch him on, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Naturally,
throw him off it.
The security guy jumps in one and chases him because that's just funnier.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Old people are so crazy.
Yeah. Listen, I can't knock it because some as tight as people's budgets are sometimes, 50 cents here or whatever it can make a,
you're not
help,
wrong,
I guess. Yeah, but it's like I remember, like do you remember like they used to have ones that would be like above like say Jell-O or something, and it would have a little like plastic thing that was a coupon dispenser.
Oh yeah, and you pull it and be like boop boop, and a new one comes up.
Yeah, and I've seen people like pull like 5, and it's like, it's not in the spirit of the thing, but whatever.
I don't think those exist anymore.
I don't know. I haven't paid attention in a while.
I haven't paid attention yet. My favorite's when it's like
paper coupons shouldn't exist anymore.
No, they shouldn't. It shall be digital.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite's when there's like a sticker on the package and it's like coupon inside. And you're like, that's for the next one.
Yeah.
You bastards.
Yep.
How dare you, sirs?
Mm-hmm. The thing I always used to hate is like, if they have them on there and you can use them that purchase and the people who work there don't, like they just leave them on there. I'm like, but
yeah, it's like, you sons of bitches. Like, kill you.
10 cents I could have saved you some. Yeah.
I'll kill you. Hey, that's aggressive. I don't know.
Little bit. Yeah.
Little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit.
Speaking of aggressive, there was a commercial for, I don't even remember what place it is now. I think it was Hims or one of those where they, you can get the erectile dysfunction drugs through the mail. And
are you balding and need a hard dick?
Dude, like it's almost that aggressive. Like at the very end, it's like get hard or get your money back. was the actual like line they used, and I'm like, whoa, that's aggressive.
Challenge accepted.
How do they verify? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry, sir, we're gonna have to see that rock hard boner, otherwise. We're gonna
That
have
is
to.
something.
We're gonna have to send some smoke shows over and make sure you can't get aroused before we can return the money. Okay.
It's get hard or get your money back.
It was something like that, but it was definitely the get hard part was definitely in there, and I was like, "Whoa, that's very aggressive." Now, it was on, if I'm not mistaken, it was on Hulu last night because I was watching stuff on Hulu, and there was a lot of like ED ads in that thing, like Roman and hymns and all these kind of things were in there. And
you
I'm
know
like,
what? I was watching Hulu today because MODOK.
damn right. Yep. That's what I was watching.
Hell yeah. So
Weirdest thing though, there was a commercial for MODOK while I was watching. Yeah, which just tells you they aren't paying attention to what you're watching.
Well, I was wondering because I had the hymns, I had
probably Roman.
Roman,
Yeah.
I had all these commercials, and I'm like, what the? What? Does it know there's a male watching? I mean, I know it does.
Yeah, well, the demographic
I'm like,
of it, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
You know, does it? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's it's a weird thing with like even TV stations. Like, there's some of them that like, you know, when you watch at certain times or whatever, it's like there's one channel like my mom and Jim watch. I forgot what it is. And they play those, like, do you get all the Medicare benefits you should get? And they have a variety of these commercials from different companies that, like, there's, like, Danny Glover's in one, Joe Namath is in one, there's another quarterback, you know, old-timey quarterback in one. And it's like, and the thing is, it's like, the whole time they're like, you're not getting all the benefits you should be getting from your Medicare. And I looked them up because I'm like, okay, how do these companies make their money? Like, they're not going to just out of the good of their heart get you more Medicare coverage.
Oh, no, of course not. They probably get a taste somewhere.
Well, it looks like they do is they sell you kind of a, it's weird. I don't know how to word it exactly, but basically, for lack of a better term, it's almost like they're selling you an additional policy, but by getting that, you can cancel out some of your other stuff from Medicare without realizing it. So you could end up really screwing yourself to get something that's not that big of a deal added to your benefits. You know, so it sounds like it's just a terrible idea. And dude, these commercials blanket this network. Like almost every commercial that's on there, that's what it is.
Well, it's like the old, I haven't seen a commercial in a while, but it's like, oh, you know, do you need money? Get a reverse mortgage. It's basically like, we're going to buy your house off you until you die.
Yeah. Well, and
then your family gets nothing.
The other one that I've seen is, what's it for? Oh, for like, car, like insurance on that your car is going to like shit itself essentially. Like like in case your transmission goes, they'll pay for it and all this. And you know, and they're like, don't let your car nickel and dime you. And I'm like, so I'm going to pay you how much money a month to not nickel and let my car nickel and dime me?
Yeah, exactly.
Where most of the time you probably could just put the money aside. And I know that's the flaw, is that a lot of times people just can't have money on the side, you know, but
right.
Yeah. And now Ric Flair's doing a commercial for one of them.
Does he woo?
Oh, of course, dude, of course he woos.
Oh.
It's like, dude, Ric Flair, why are you taking every paycheck?
Yeah, now, if he did a commercial for like Blue Chew or Hims.
Oh, if he changed it to Woo Chew, dude, I would totally be fine with that.
Oh, he needs to come off his own dick pill.
He does. Woo
Fucking
Chew.
Woo Chew. Oh my goodness.
Do you ever want to take your lady on a ride to Space Mountain, but it's more like a space noodle? I got nothing there, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What explodes on the launch pad?
Yeah. Be like the nature boy. Woo! Chew. For sure. I'm not even gonna lie. If he sold that, I might buy some of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just so I can have it.
Fucking woo chew.
Oh shit.
Oh wow. Yeah. Excellent work, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm certainly not. Oh, dude, I've seen the commercial with him selling that insurance though, and I'm like, oh, Rick, come on. Like, dang it, can't somebody else pay Rick better money so he doesn't do this shit?
He shouldn't have to because he's Rick fucking Flair.
Yeah, exactly. You know what it reminds you of is back in the 80s where, like, every baseball player who's from your hometown was basically on a local car commercial or car dealership commercial.
Yeah.
You know, come on down to fill in the blank local car dealership and tell them I sent you, you know, like, and you're just like, what are you doing? And it's like, well, they probably got a free car out of it. So, you know.
I mean, probably.
A 1981 Buick. It's the finest car on my lot today.
I am kind of upset about the whole Ric Flair thing still, I'll be honest.
Yeah. But what are you going to do? So how much of MODOK have you watched?
3 episodes.
3? Okay, I'm through 8.
So all I could say, like, no spoilers because it just came out.
Right. There's one joke I really want to talk about, but you're not there yet, so I can't.
I just, all I know is when it first started and, you know, like he's leaving AIM headquarters, like, where's he go at night?
Yeah.
And they just had his house with his family. I'm like, this is something like Brian and I would talk about.
It totally is. It is. Yeah.
That's all I could think. I'm like, we basically did this with behind his rusted mask.
Yeah. It's exactly that. His because we talked about like all the other villains laughing at him, seeing him as a less than, he's a failure. It's totally, it's so, I mean, we didn't necessarily put the family, oh no, I think we did actually. I think we talked about it. His family.
I'd have to go back
stuff.
and listen again, but yes.
So, I was like, damn it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I know, right?
We just picked the wrong villain.
It's exactly what I said when I was, when I started watching it, just out loud, I'm like, damn it. Brian and I are geniuses. We just don't follow through.
We should have pitched this. I mean, certainly, you know, we don't have the pull Patton Oswalt has because he was one of the co-creators, I believe, of it. But, I've enjoyed it, though. I mean, it's not as ha-ha funny as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be more gags. But it's been pretty entertaining, though.
It's been like,
it.
I mean, there's some moments where it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of like actually a touching moment.
yeah. That's. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Is that they were going to make you feel bad for him at various times and stuff, and you know, whatever. But
I am also enjoying it,
dude. I love his son Lou, who's played by oh shit, I can't think of his name. The guy that he was on Parks and Rec. He was Jean-Ralphio.
Oh, is that okay?
Is it Ben Schwartzman or something like that? Or
I knew that voice sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I just couldn't pick. You know, I couldn't put a pin on it or whatever.
Because you know, like every time I watch a cartoon or some animation or whatever, it's like if there's voices like that, I always look to see who they are because I'm like I know who that is. You know, like some of them were easy. Like as soon as I heard Iron Man, I'm like, oh, that's John Hamm. Like no question, it was John Hamm. You know, and later there's a character called Pound Cakes that's Whoopi Goldberg. As soon as you hear her voice, you know it's Whoopi Goldberg. There's no question. Whoopi. Yeah. So, you know, and obviously Patton Oswalt does the voice of MODOK. And he actually, it's funny because he fits kind of the voice I always had in my head for MODOK.
Yeah, that's fair.
I never had a real, like, you know, I'm MODOK. It was always like, you know, kind of like a little more nasally and whiny. So I dig that quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm very much enjoying it.
Yeah. And I love the character that's the like CEO of Grumble.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
Right.
I just love his, you know, how he's such a douchebag. But he's
he's the worst.
Like the leader of one of those kind of companies. So it's well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely have enjoyed it quite a bit. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Brian.
Yep. Unfortunately, I'll probably finish it tonight because there's only 10 episodes. So
what are you gonna do?
yeah, I know. I'll start watching something else.
Oh yeah.
As you do. Well, actually, what'll happen is I'll probably finish that tonight, wait a day, and then I'll have wrestling to start watching. So
Fair enough.
yeah. So that's
Fair
probably
enough,
what
mate.
I'll do.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yep.
Woo.
You all right?
I was. Yeah, man. I got this fan going over here, and you can't hear it, which is dope.
Yeah.
Right before we start recording, it's got a big filter on the back. I'm like, I wonder. And I looked at it. I might as well have a sheet of gray paper in there. I got to take it outside to use my compressor to blow it out.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's restricting a lot of the airflow I normally get from this fan.
Very well could be. Yeah.
I would assume.
Right. You've got a blanket on the back of the thing.
Yeah, basically.
That's funny. I mean,
Oh,
in a
yeah.
tragic way, but why does it
It's
have
like
a filter? It's a fan, right?
Well, because to clear the fucking air. and
No, I
shit.
know. Most fans don't have a filter on them.
Dude, this is not just most fans.
Oh, okay.
This is a Honeywell fan I've had for probably over 10 years
Okay.
that oscillates. It's got a breeze function. I can hit the breeze button and it goes like.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
It used to have a remote. I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah. I've got just an oscillating fan that has a remote, and I'll tell you, big fan of that.
Yeah, I get it. Big fan.
Yeah. No, because, laying in bed and you just like, ooh, it's warm, roll over, click. You don't have to get out of bed. I can just hit the remote.
Yeah, I mean, we have a fan in our room too that it's amazing. If it's an oscillating fan, it's like a big circle. It's like bigger than a hubcap.
Yeah.
You're like, this thing's gonna move some air, and it just might as well just spin blades and do nothing.
Yeah,
It's
I've
like,
had a few like that.
Like, I'm about ready to drop kick it.
Yeah, it's like every time I have like the fan that I keep in my bedroom, every time like one dies, every time I'm at the store, I'm looking at like the big ones that are like the fucking jet engine, like all metal fans.
Oh, like they have in shops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I should just pull the trigger on one of those.
like the fan I have cabled to a beam by my desk at work so someone doesn't steal it.
Yeah, it's smart. Yeah. It reminds me of, like fans from our ute, like,
oh yeah.
Like my brother still has this one fan. It's a window fan, like one of those old school ones that has the two fans in it.
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, this thing is made out of metal and it's from like the 70s or 60s.
Probably weighs 400 pounds.
Oh, it's heavy as fuck, makes all sorts of noise. But dude, that thing still runs like a champ. That thing,
Dude,
like
I'm
I
telling
said,
you.
it's from the 60s or 70s and it runs like it's brand new and that thing moves some air.
I believe it. You know why? Because it's old and amazing.
Yeah. It probably uses all the electricity, though.
Yeah, like the lights dim.
Yeah. I mean, it's loud. I remember having it at my grandma's house, like when I would stay over there, and I'd ask her if, I could use the fan, and she'd bring it out, and I'd only turn one of them on because two was too much.
You're like, I can't even hear over this.
It's like, I feel like I should be directing a plane in. It was so loud. Like the fan my dad had at his shop, I think, was quieter than that thing. And he had one of those giant fans,
I used to absolutely love the old metal fan. I wish I had it because
Yeah.
60s. It just was so cool looking. It was that weird 60s blue-green color with like chrome grate and metal blades. You put your hand in there, you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Ah, thing was the best.
Yep. Yeah, my brother has that fan, and like I say, he still uses that thing. Still fires up and works great. He takes it apart every so often, and cleans it out, make sure it doesn't, so the engine doesn't tie up.
That's the move.
And that thing just keeps going. It just keeps working.
Right?
It's amazing. Like I said, it's in great shape too. Like it, for the age it is and stuff. It is mind blowing how good that thing has worked. Whatever was paid for it wasn't enough. Easily got the value out of it, given that it's like 60 years old.
Yeah, vintage fans are cool. Anything, as I become older, I'm like, I just love vintage shit anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Like, I'm eventually just going to have, I'm going to be that weird guy living out in the woods, fucking getting everything keeping everything running with twine and whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A series of Rube Goldberg devices.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, he's out there somewhere. Rumor has he still has a landline.
You're gonna be like Doc Brown when like in the Wild West times.
Yes.
Yeah, where he's just got all this shit going and he's got to keep moving around and doing things.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Oh yeah.
Just to make
Good
your
stuff.
eggs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably gonna buy a new fan.
Yeah. I really wish you could still buy fans like that one that my brother has, because I'll tell you, I would just buy one of those, and I'm sure I could find one. I'm sure if I look on eBay or Craigslist or one of those things.
Yeah, if
you
you
know.
look, you could probably find one.
But yeah, because my brother certainly ain't coming off of the one, that my grandma gave him, because that thing worked really well.
Well, yeah.
I've told him already. I was like, if you go to get rid of that, I got dibs on it. And he's like, I ain't going to get rid of it.
Give me that goddamn fan.
He's like, I ain't going to get rid of it. I'm like, well, let me rephrase it. When you die, I want that fan.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of it because I'm going to steal it.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely had opportunities. I could have stolen it by now. Because
you wouldn't know. The move is you get it in the wintertime.
Yeah, you're right.
Because then when summer rolls on, he's like, where the fuck's my fan at?
Yeah.
I must have misplaced it or something.
That's so true. But that's a damnedest thing.
Like,
Well, all I know is it's nice and cool over here.
Hey, just calls you. Have you seen my fan? Oh, you're.
Yeah. Nope.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Are you on a plane? Sorta.
Yes. Please text me if you're coming over.
Yeah. Right. You throw a sheet over it and act like it's a table or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I get a slip cover that makes it look like a big speaker.
Fucking table.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Yep. I remember she used to have two of them. I don't know what happened to the other one. She probably gave it to somebody.
Probably.
And they probably like ended up, putting it in a rummage sale or something like that. I'll tell you, if I'm ever at a garage sale and see one.
Oh, I would
it.
get one, and probably, even if it didn't work, I'm sure, it probably has like 4 moving parts.
I'll bet. I was just going to say, I'll bet if it doesn't work, it's because the engine tied up, because it probably just needs to
needs a little love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's probably only got like 5 pieces to the whole thing,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
When you crack that engine open, it's got that little dinosaur inside. It goes, it's a living.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, geez, God damn it, I want to talk about MODOK and I can't. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, what we're saying is fans are good, MODOK's better.
Right. Old fans are great. New fans, not so great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll stand by that. Most of the newer fans I bought suck. They don't.
I don't even want to see that weird bladeless shape that's a Dyson fan. Get out of here. It's like $400.
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
If somebody wants to buy one and send it to me, I'll take one, because those things kick out a lot of air. But
looks like a goddamn ring light somehow.
What bothers me the most is that I can stick my hand right in the middle of it. I can stick, like my foot in there, whatever. I can't put my head in there. The thing's not big enough. But
well, yeah, break it.
Yeah, but I can do that without fear of losing my hand. What fun is that?
Right? Like, I agree.
Like you said, the fans from our youth, man, you'd be careful if you stuck your tongue near the thing. You might lose part of your tongue.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now you're just going to hit the plastic.
Yeah, it's, what fun's that?
Yeah.
I mean, when I popped off the back of the fan, look at the filter, the whole thing powered down. I'm like, what's this bullshit? I want to risk life and limb.
Yeah, right? Like, it should be up to me whether or not I want to do this dangerously. Not up to you.
Exactly.
We'll make decisions
not up
for
to
me.
Honeywell
Safety
Breezer
board.
2000 or whatever.
They had too many of their testers taking the back off, losing fingers.
Yeah. Ah! All right, next.
Oh, geez, another one. All right, how many guys lost fingers today? 17? Well, we're down from yesterday.
All right, good job, gentlemen. This is progress.
Yeah, great job. Wait, what's this? It's just before the close of business, and then another sheet hits his desk with like 5 more. It's like, well, there goes everyone's bonus.
Yeah, right. Assholes. That's exactly how it would work.
Yeah.
Except for mine, of course.
Yeah. Like, it had to be under 20 for everyone to get bonuses. You guys just had to push it to 23, didn't you?
You guys, I still did my job.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you not to touch that thing.
That sounds like some straight up CEO shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
Yep. Sounds right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we, kind of hinted at it a couple of times here. We have an upcoming enthusiast episode we recorded this past weekend with our pal Mark from Tangent Bound Network.
And a bunch of other stuff,
honestly.
Man,
so much stuff. And I think we barely scratched the surface of the stuff he's doing, too. He
dude.
talked about a lot.
Yeah.
So
it's a good conversation. Stay tuned.
Yep.
And stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess stay tuned for more to come.
Yeah, we've got at least one more guest definitely lined up. One that's committed, but we haven't scheduled it yet, and we'll see from there.
Yeah, it's I enjoy our conversations we have with randos.
Yeah, me too. We're randos. Yeah,
good times.
Even though 2, maybe 3 of the ones that we've talked about there are not randos because we've already talked to them once. But
well, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, we will allow it.
Exactly. I'll allow it.
Yep. All right. I don't have anything, man. I didn't even look for stories this week.
We've been babbling for a while anyway.
We're at about an hour and a half. So we're we're in good shape.
We're doing good. We're doing good. I could feel the sleepiness setting in, so I knew we were getting close.
That's fair. Yeah.
Either that or it's just because the heat up here it's just unrelenting.
Well, and it's also because I'm piping in carbon monoxide right now.
Oh, that explains the good feeling.
Yeah.
The warm fuzzies I'm getting.
Sure.
Well, we can skip right to the old Q to W, Brian.
Yeah, I guess so. It's good because we have a lot of answers to get through.
Oh, fucking sick. I hope you got a lot.
Nope.
Last week we asked you if you could have one cyborg body part, what would it be and why? Face page. Diamond Dev says top choice would be liver. Dial it in to obliterate alcohol. Next choice would be hips because power stroke.
That's going to be a tough one to beat.
Because
he's not wrong.
Heno.
By the way, Power Stroke, Dev, needs to be your next, your 80s hairband.
Oh, fuck yeah. Or maybe his 80s, detective show.
Yes. Both.
Yeah.
Why not both? Don Johnson was on Miami Vice and, also had a record in the 80s.
Shit.
So.
That's very true.
Yeah. Or 90s, whatever the hell it was.
Heno, he says, as much as I'd love a finger multi-tool at work or an elbow that actually works, I have to go with Cyber Johnson for all my ladies as I get old and frail.
So once again, Power Stroke.
Power Stroke. And then Valerie, she says hands, easy repairs and frequent use with no arthritis.
And once again, Power Stroke.
Power Stroke. But that's all I got. We don't have any answers on the Instagram.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I feel very sad.
I just checked the Twitter. It doesn't look like there's anything there, but I have one from trusty standby Cheeto Bandito. And he says, left testicle. It doesn't even have to do anything cool. Just fill up the empty sack space the original took up. However, if it could wirelessly charge my phone while it's in my pocket, that would be cool. And I'm writing this. He's like, and I'm writing this and you're talking about cyborg ball sacks. Because we did talk about cyborg balls.
We did talk about cyborg balls.
Mm-hmm. Now, everybody missed because I was actually referring to, if we were piecing out the character Cyborg from DC Comics, what part of him would you want? And everybody else took it as though they meant their own. No, I'm kidding. God, can you imagine how grim that would be? Dibs on his liver. Dibs on his balls.
I got that liver, yo.
Yeah, I got his balls. Dude, that was not coming off the board till round 3 or 4 at best.
That was that guy's first round pick, though.
Yeah, Mel Kiper had that, tomorrow, pick. All right, though,
Oh shit.
So that's all I got over here too.
I mean, we like what you got.
Do we though? Do we?
Actually, I would want more.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know. Well, they're always leaving us wanting more, Tony. That's the goal.
I know, right? That's what we should be doing. We should want to be leaving them wanting more.
Yes.
Yes, quite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Number 1 through 15. I finally got around to adding some new ones.
Let's go 15.
Oh, shit. All right. What's the worst thing to ask on a date? I feel like it'd be something like, is that your diarrhea or mine?
I mean, that sounds like an awful thing to ask. For sure. What's the worst thing to ask on a date? Huh. I feel like I feel like it's gonna go like sexual here because you're like, oh, do you have herpes or whatever?
Yeah, like, yo, you clean?
Yeah, exactly. But
No.
I want to say realistically, it would be like, do you want to talk about politics?
Yeah, right. Like, I feel like that's what it would be to me too. Is like, would you like to talk about fill in the blank hot button issue type stuff?
Yeah.
Or divisive thing, rather than casually get into it or get to know each other.
Yeah, because I mean, even like people that I've been working with for 2 years now start talking about shit like that, and I immediately change the subject.
Yeah, yeah.
So I couldn't imagine doing something like that with someone you're trying to like hook up with, or not even hook up with, but maybe form a lasting bond with.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yep. A lot of it would depend on who you are too, because questions like how many people have you had sex with, or whatever. Those could be just nightmare fuel questions for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that turns into the whole 36. It's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Try to suck any dick on the way to the parking lot.
Get back here.
Clerks.
Yeah. Yeah. Because but I'm with you. Like, if I was on a date, I think the thing that would make me immediately go is if the person wanted to talk politics. Because as much as I will talk politics with people, you don't know which way that's going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, maybe it's a nice...
Easy they are.
Yeah, it's like, Yeah, exactly. And that could be either way. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Just real crazy.
Like, oh, well, have you heard about the sacrificial children pedophile ring? Like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Check, please.
Yeah. Right.
Or more like, you know what? I got to run to the bathroom real quick. And you just run to your car.
Yeah. Like, before you continue, can I ask you a question? Is that your diary or mine?
Exactly.
Because it's mine, I gotta go.
Yeah. If it's yours, you gotta go.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick around for dessert.
Good googly moogly.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to get into just like real creeper questions, because then, like you said, you start asking, like, yeah, so what's your weirdest kink? Yeah.
So, butt stuff? Question mark.
Yeah. You sure you want to eat that? Because I was really hoping, get some butt stuff later.
Yeah. I'm just going to warn you, if this date continues as well as it is, I'm going to request for you to change my diaper later. Like, what?
Oh, man. Just picture like going through like a speed dating thing and doing doing these kind of things where you just have a list of, it feels like something like from the Impractical Jokers or whatever, right? Like they would just do like, you have to ask whatever question the other guys, want you to ask. And, dude, I watched an episode of that the other night, and, Brian Quinn was the big loser for the night. And he had to go to a speed dating thing, and on each hand he had attached at the wrist like a giant like Ren Fair type turkey leg, and his punishment was he had to eat both of them. So he wasn't allowed to like he couldn't leave until he had finished both turkey legs, and it's like 3 pounds of turkey.
That's so.
Yeah, that's what he kept saying. And the thing is, women are sitting down, and he's having to do the speed dating while he's trying to eat these
Trying
turkey.
to eat turkey.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was quite funny, and
at what? I mean, I know we're trying to wrap this up, but
yeah,
the Impractical Jokers are not unknown anymore.
yeah.
How do they still get away with this
Dude,
shit?
there was one where they were in a pawn shop, and they were working in teams, so there were 2 behind the counter, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot which 2 were behind the counter, and this guy who was a customer, they were asking him just doing crazy shit, right, like they do. And the guy goes, "You guys remind me of Impractical Jokers." And they go, "What's that?" And he starts telling them
That's hilarious.
And he talking about one of the sketches, and he pulls up the sketch, and Murray was in the back, and it was a sketch that Murray was part of, or a thing. So he's showing them one of the guys who's not standing right in front of him, so it wasn't quite clicking.
Right.
Joe was also in the back after thinking about it. So Sal and Q were the ones he was talking to. And Joe looks at the camera and goes, "People want to know after all these seasons how we can still get away with it?" He's like, "This guy's standing in front of 2 of us and doesn't even know what's going on."
I mean, that's pretty funny.
So then they walked out, and they walked up behind him, so all 4 of them were right there, and, kind of...
I'm sure he was like, "Oh, my God!"
Yeah, it was really funny, though, because they were kind of like, that's how we still get away with it. Because I'm with you. It's like, it seems like, especially because they don't go around the country and tape. They only tape in New York, basically.
Right.
So you'd think by now some of the spots that they hit, like the mall that they go to quite a bit and the grocery store, you'd think more and more people would recognize them, but I guess not.
That's wild to me.
Yeah. Because at some point I was like, this show can only go on for so long, or they got to get like other people to do things, but you can't. Like the key of the show is them trying to embarrass each other.
Right.
Because like my favorite ones that they've been doing are where they're all somewhere, or they're somewhere, and they basically like all 4 are in a waiting room, and they get to bring props and do all this shit. And basically, if someone laughs, they're out. So it's last man standing. And I love those because they're doing the dumbest shit trying to get each other to crack up. And like I said, as soon as you crack up, you're out. So they have to leave the room then. And seeing people react to some of the shit that they do, while they're doing it is quite good.
Quite entertaining, huh?
Well, one of them, like Murray, he dumped pencils all over the floor and then did a pratfall, basically. And when he did, Joe goes to help him, and Joe, like, pulls his pants down a little bit so his ass is hanging out, and is just pointing his ass everywhere and gets his ass, like, right by Murray's face. And Murray just starts laughing when he does, and, so that's how Joe won. And I was, like, well, yeah, how do you not crack up when the guy is literally sticking his ass everywhere?
Right.
It's like... Yeah. Good on you, buddy. You win that one.
Ugh.
So
good old Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, I enjoy that show quite a bit. Some of it's a little weird. There's been some of their stuff where I'm like, it's like, like the one where Q, his punishment was he was teaching an art, like a Mommy and Me art class, and he had to go around for his punishment and paint a big red X on everyone's canvas, the kid and the parent.
Oh my God.
Dude, you could tell. And Sal's standing in the back going, "No, don't make him do this. Don't make him do this," and you could tell, like, Q was just like, "Dude, I don't want to do this," like, I was like, man, that one's cruel only because kids are involved, like, but they told everybody right away afterwards what was going on, and everyone had a pretty good laugh and stuff at it, but still, it's like,
that's rough.
Oh man, that was so
that's
harsh.
rough. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, and by their own code, you can't say no because it's the punishment. You got to do it.
It is the punishment.
So I was like, good Lord. And the thing was, like, the final challenge on it was like, draw a red X on one, and
right.
Q was like, "Oh, come on, man!" And then Joe goes, Q, buddy, we just looked at the scoreboard. If you don't do this, you're the big loser. So it's paint a red X on a kid's canvas or you're the big loser. And then when he was like, I can't do it. So then Joe immediately was like, okay, your punishment is you have to put X's on all the canvases. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I was like,
That's
that
brutal.
That one felt like maybe they went too far on that one, but.
Well, I mean, you'll have that sometimes.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Anyway. All right. Well, enough of that. So. Yeah, I guess let's wrap her up, eh?
Hey.
Yeah, well, one last time, the Q of the W for the week.
Oh,
well, geez. Yeah, the question of the week for the week. The Q of the W is, what's the worst thing to ask on a date?
Show me what you got.
I wasn't sure if you were doing it or not, so I
Well,
gave you some room, but...
The old soundboard, Brian.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out a better solution for this old girl.
Yeah.
She's been around here on the podcast for a decade now.
That's
and
true.
Starting to show her age.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll happen. We've rode her hard and put her away wet. Oh, no, it locked up. Oh, no.
Come on in.
There we go. All right.
There it goes.
Jesus. All right. Well, anyway, head over to saltylanguage.com. Check out all the links. Check out the enthusiast episodes we've done, including one we reference on the new one where with Blue Carson, where Tony reads erotica at the end of it. Very sensual.
So sexy.
I recommend a couple of things. One, don't drive while listening.
True.
Because, you're going to need to get those pants off. Although,
yeah,
that leads to the
snug.
That leads to the second thing, which is, remove your pants first.
Absolutely.
That way you don't have any chafing or weird, rubbing that you don't want,
right? No one wants that.
No. It's like dry humping yourself. That's no fun.
No, it's no bueno.
Yeah. So take your pants off, lube up, and get ready. And anyway, you can find the link to the network that we're part of.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Tangent Bound Entertainment, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com.
I really do got to find a tangent drop of some sort.
I just got all bumfuzzled there because I was about to say Tangent Bound Entertainment, and that's not right, and it's tangentboundnetwork.com.
Tangent Bound Network.
Jeez. And as Mark describes in the episode we're talking with him, they're looking for people who want to do like volunteers at this point, but that want to be like radio DJs and do vlogs and YouTube shows, like talk shows about, he said they already have some lined up for like conspiracy theories and celebrity gossip type stuff, fashion. So if you're looking to do anything along those lines, not necessarily in those categories, but your own shows or whatever, hit up our pal Mark over there and join us.
So you might be able to help you out.
Yeah. One of us. So, yeah. And they're super, super friendly folks there anyway. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Brian.
And if you want to reach out to us on the shows, geez, what the hell's going on, man? I've been fine. All of a sudden, I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. What the hell, man?
Jeez. It's like I just got out of the dentist or something, Can't get my own lips out of my way. If you'd like to reach out to us on the socials, you can find this show on Twitter at salty_language. By the way, an update for longtime listeners. I just recently checked again to see if there's any chance I could grab Salty Language. It's still banned.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why they won't purge that damn account so I can steal the name.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And I, of course I, did the old like, hey, Twitter, how about you purge this old account, blah, 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 since we've been using This Is Our Podcast for 10 years. And of course they don't respond. So
they're too busy, annoying everybody.
They're too busy trying to figure out their new pay structure.
Right.
Anyway, you can find me on social networks such as Instagram and Twitter at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony On Instagram at The Monotony, or Monotone if you don't know how to spell.
Yeah.
And, Celtic Language can be found on all your social media avenues, the face page, the Instas, the YouTubes, the TikToks. We're all over the place.
Sure. That's what I've heard.
All over the goddamn place.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And,
sir.
yeah, so I guess with that, until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay so salty.
And good luck on your banal. Man, I can't even say it. It's too hard to say.
What?
Banalgebra? How did you say that?
Banalgebra?
Yes, Banalgebra. Jesus, I can't even say it. It's going to be the show title, but I can't say the damn word.
I mean, that's even better because then other people are going to be like, what the fuck is that saying?
Banama dabba ramalama ding dong. Banalgebra. There we go. All right, I got it now.
Banalgebra.
Yeah. Do 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 do. Banalgebra. Do 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 do. Banalgebra. Dude.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.